You do not need treats in your hand or in a bait bag or your clicker. You know what? You guys can't see the ground with me on this one, so let me move this down, and I want you to be able to see what's happening on the ground. Bucket game is fantastic. Sit. Good job. We have a sit right now, Moose and I, and we also have a down. I'm not requiring a stay from here. Good job. Sit. You need to be in the picture. Sit. Uh-oh. Hello. Touch. Yeah. Touch. Yeah. Sit. Good. Very nice. So here's what you're going to do with the bucket game. You're going to ask your puppy to sit, and then if they lay down, that's fantastic. Take it. If they don't, it's okay. You can just leave them in the sit. But I want you to start lowering the bowl, and if they maintain the position, I want you to start feeding them. He does know sit. He knows down. He's been doing this for a long time. He does not know the bucket game. This is new to him. Usually I release him to go and eat out of the bowl. But that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're going to start rewarding them for looking at the bucket. So he was in position. I rewarded that. And I got the bowl to the ground and I rewarded that. Yes. And now everything I do from this point forward is rewarding him for looking at the bucket. Yes. His food bowl. I was a little off in my timing. That's okay. You could use the clicker here. It just starts, I need my hands eventually to be able to touch his ears, touch his paws, do things like that. Yes. So I want to keep them free for right now. If you're really good, you can click with your foot or your kneecaps, but yes, I'm not super good at that. So I'm just going to praise him and treat him as we're going along. So the point of the bucket game is to start teaching your dog about cooperative care. Yes. That when they're comfortable and they're okay with you handling them, cleaning their ears, doing their nails, touching their paws, that yes, they're going to give you permission by looking at the bowl and continuing to, eat and earn rewards. When they're uncomfortable, they're going to look away from the bowl. You stop feeding, you take your hands off, and you give them a break. When you are working on the bucket game at home, you are making sure, yes, that they're in a comfortable room. They're off leash, they have some water. I want them to, yes, choose to do this behavior. Because the more choice they have, yes, the better we're going to be in the long run. And instead of, if they need to take a break, yes. Instead of getting mouthy with us or growling, they learn that they can, yes, walk away from a scenario. And that's what I really like to do with my dogs when they're uncomfortable. Especially this guy, he gets ear infections and they hurt, and there is no amount of me just holding him and making me do it. A, I don't want to. It's not fun. That's not why I got a dog. And B, I want him to be a participant in this game, right? You're often can't. So he's doing a lot of looking around. It's because we've never done this before. So I'm going to spend the first day kind of getting him into position, rewarding it, rewarding while I lower the bowl, yes, and then continuing to reward, yes, when he looks at the bowl. If he starts mugging the bowl, I'm going to pick it up, yes. I have not started touching his ears or his paws yet because I feel like, well, it wasn't until just now, yes, that all of a sudden I'm kind of getting lots of nice behavior. Oh, now you're starting to mug it. And I'm picking it up. Okay, back it up a little bit. Sit. Sit. Thank you. Ah, you're such a good boy. I'm not saying stay because I don't care if he gets up in the long run. I did ask him to I did recue him to sit this time because he didn't get up because he was worried about me and my interactions with him. He got up because he's mugging the bowl, okay? So that's different. It's a great way to teach impulse control too. So ultimately what's going to happen down the road is you're going to start doing ear touches. He disengaged from the bowl and he went and touched my hand, so I don't feed that. When he starts looking back at the bowl again, I'll go to feeding him. And then I'm going to start doing things like reaching my hand towards him. He disengaged from the bowl, so I'm going to stop. He's re-engaged with the bowl. I'm going to feed him some more, get a little duration going, and then I might move the head, might move my hand. Let's try it towards his paw again. Yeah, that's how he stayed focused on the bowl. Oh, I'm also trying to keep the food in the bowl. Yes. Until I praise him. I want to praise him while he's looking at the bowl and keep the food in there. So I'm reaching towards the paw. Yes! He stayed pretty engaged. There might have been a little question about how engaged he was at the very end there. Reach towards the paw. He's finding treats on the ground. That's okay. Reach towards the paw. He's not looking at the bowl at all. Yes. I'm also almost out of goodies. And it's probably a good point to end the session on. I don't have consistency with him looking at the bowl. That's okay. So step 1, get him into position. Step 2, feed him until you get the bowl on the ground. Keep feeding them for looking at the bowl. We're going to add in some ear touches and hand touches over the course of the next couple weeks. All done, buddy. Go play. You're a good dog. You're a good dog.